Okay, so this month we've got Carl Harris, a former bricklayer, now an inventor and CEO of Harris Brick Safety Systems. He's got a good story to tell. He's had a bit of a hard time, but he's come out the other side. Now, how are we doing, Carl?
I'm not too bad, thanks, Jimmy. Yourself?
Good man, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. And thanks for making it. You've had a bit of a trek, haven't you, today? You've been on a bit of a mission.
Yeah. I've just travelled down to Hertfordshire from Teesside.
Yeah,
So
from Teesside.
just get my bearings. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it was a
yeah,
4 hour journey, long journey.
yeah, a few hours. So yeah, I appreciate it. So you're inventor. So you've created BrickBud, but we'll talk about that a
Yeah.
little bit later. You as a bricklayer. Let's talk about how you got into that first, the bricklaying and stuff.
Yeah. I started at 15-year-old, 16-year-old. Left college, left school, went on to YDS. They were called then. I don't know if you remember the YDS,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
yeah, yeah,
Do you remember them? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
£32 a week. So from the YDS, we then went into a skill build. It was 10 bricklayers and 10 joiners. We had to build some houses under a watchful eye of a couple of trained bricklayers, assessors. Built a few houses for Robinsons and Yule Homes. Don't think they're about anymore. And then after that, I ventured onto site and just got a gang going, and then just started from there. Just worked in Germany, worked in Ibiza for numerous years, building
Wow.
villas and hotels, refurbing hotels, and then came back to the UK and we got a gang going again and started working on the houses again, house building, bellways, stories, all of them. So I've worked on all the houses.
Yeah, yeah. So you was employed doing that, or was it self-employed?
Self-employed.
Self-employed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened then? You had a bit of an accident, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, Jimmy. Yeah, I was. We built the wall up, and we didn't get a chance to back it up. The wind started picking up. We braced it with the ad hoc timber methods that are used across the construction industry. I think I'd left a brick hammer or something on the other side of the wall, what was braced, and I just got round on the other side of the wall, and the wall came down.
Wow.
On my left leg, crushed my ankle.
Yeah. So you'd only just built the wall, yeah? So it was fresh.
Yeah, it'd been built the day. So what we were doing, we were going on the back on the inside to back it up with the block work,
Right.
but we didn't have a chance. The wind started picking up, as you know. The weather's unpredictable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I went round and like I say, the wall just got out of the way. I was lucky to, I'd say, limp away with my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
numerous
Wow.
operations.
How many operations did you have?
Four operations. I've got screws and plates right up right up my leg from my ankle. My ankle itself, I can't pivot it up properly. I've lost a lot of muscle wastage. I've got a lot of muscle wastage as well on my calf. So I've got like one leg bigger than the other, basically.
Yeah.
And the pain's still ongoing now. I'm in pain every day. Wake up with it, go to bed, painkillers all the time, and it's not nice.
How long ago was this?
7 years ago, I think.
Right.
So yeah, it was about 7 years ago because I tried to go back to work. Lasted a few days, just couldn't do it. Manual picking the blocks up, picking the bricks up. Stood on my foot all day. So yeah, it was a hard time, really hard time, Jimmy.
I bet it was. Would you say for the money?
Yeah, there was no money coming in. I was self-employed.
I was going to say, I imagine so.
Yeah.
So you wasn't employed, so they didn't give you sick pay or anything. But did you have any like serious illness cover, or serious injury cover, anything like that? Nothing.
Nothing, Jimmy.
Wow.
No, we nearly lost a house.
Yeah.
Car. We did lose a car.
Oh, right.
Family had to help us out. It was really bad. Mental health suffered a lot.
Yeah.
Family suffered, obviously, with my mental health. I wasn't a nice man to be around.
Yeah.
I was very, very down. Obviously, no money coming in, money worries. risk of losing the house. It was just a horrible time, Jimmy.
Did you have any help with the mental health side of things? Did you seek help?
No, I just soldiered on through. I think the main issue was the money side, and that was obviously with the house. And after a couple of years, I went back to work as a site manager. I studied my NHBC, couldn't get no work with my NHBC, and then got an office job as a site manager. So I had to leave the trade I loved, basically. Take a major pay cut as well, because the bricklayers are on quite a substantial amount of money now. So I took a big pay cut, went into site management, and then got a hell of a lot more stress. Dealing with trades, dealing with CMLs, handovers, the list goes on. And so I was taking my work home with me all the time. So bricklayers, you can just put down your tools and then you forget. But site management, you're constantly thinking of where the trades are going to go the next day, what's going to happen. You might have a leak and it's just ready for handover, and it's a very stressful job, site managing.
Do you know what? Yeah, I speak about this a lot actually, because obviously I'm a crane operator. People say to me, "Would you like to become an appointed purser or anything like that?" And I just say to them, "No. I like to pull in the levers. I can just walk out that gate and forget about work. I don't think about work at all." But some of my pals are APs, and some of them wake up at like 3 a.m. thinking, "Oh, did I send that email? Did I do this? Did I do that?" And that's not for me at all, man.
Yeah, it is, Jimmy. It's very stressful. I mean, the powers above as well. I mean, for instance, we had a couple of break-ins, and they stripped all the fixings out of the two houses. Now these were ready. I think they were ready. They were supposed to be ready for 2 weeks for handovers for CML, and they stripped all the copper, all the cables, all the fixtures. Totally took them out. So we told the people above. They said we're not bothered. We still want them CMLs in 2 weeks. We had to repatch the full house for all the cables, and they still wanted them 2 CMLs. Would not give us any movement. They just press a button and they're just like, you need to get them. You need to get them CMLs.
Yeah, they just don't care. Yeah,
no,
that's right. So how did you find that transition then into management?
It was okay. At the beginning, I was working on a bespoke project, big project in just outside Teesside. I was looking after the brickwork package, so it was my forte basically. So he brought me in to look after the brickwork package, and that's why a few other site construction companies have actually done it. So it was quite good. Yeah, it was all right. We had some bad bricklayers, bit of stress. I had to tell them to take the work down, as you do, and it was all right transitioning over. Yeah, it was good, but then it was just some house builders when they're just stressing the site managers, the assistant managers. Everyone's running around ragged, just trying to get houses over the line. Especially when we were in COVID as well. That was a bad time. That because you had to get the houses as near perfect as possible. Because no trades would go in the houses, the homes, to snag them. We were working for a big house builder, and there was just no movement. What we used to do was get them to CML day, and then what we do then after the CML, we obviously the money it would exchange, and then we'd have 3 days of snagging time, so we'd get them as near perfect as possible. But then they removed all that, the 3 days snagging time off us. So there was like a list, like a Bible of just snags after snags, hundreds of snags, just in one house because they rushed.
Yeah. So how did you deal with that?
Well, we just dealt with it. Everyone was just stressed. Everyone was at each other. Everyone was arguing. Site managers. I was brought in at the time as an assistant. I won't name the house builder, but there was myself and another guy. We were 2 assistants. Then we had our site manager. We were working under him. And then what we would do between the both of us, we would get the houses as perfect as possible. So he'd walk round, and then I'd follow him in case he missed any slight deviations in the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some good times. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of pressure, hell of a lot of pressure, Jimmy.
Yeah,
It really
mate.
is. And I know that I've heard a few stories of site managers just down tools, just walking off because it's got too much. I know a good friend of mine, he walked into a site office, he was an assistant, and he walked into a site office and the site manager was just had his head on the desk crying his eyes out because of the work.
Now, wow.
There's the peer pressures, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like right across our industry. It's very, very scary. You don't believe you wouldn't believe the amount of people who are actually just cracking because of all the pressures. They don't care, Jimmy. They'll give you a number and you've got to hit that number no matter what.
Yeah, well, I do see some of it. I mean, when it's I'm on like the high-rise building, so but you've got so it's like a ladder in it. So all the shit comes down from the top.
Yeah.
So you got your slingers who are running around like lunatics, getting shouted at by the supervisors.
Yeah.
Supervisors stressed because they're getting shouted at by their managers.
Yeah.
Do this, do that.
Yeah.
You've got your windy days. Crane drivers like me saying can't do this because it's too windy, and then they're screaming because it's not getting done, and then all this, that, and the other. But it's just all from the top. Just get this job done. We've got a deadline day. We've got deadlines. Get it done. You know what I mean? And it's not good. It's not right.
No, it isn't. Not at all. It happens right across our industry, Jimmy. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a bricklayer for 27 years. I didn't have no stress down my tools. As soon as I was a site manager, I was snapping at the kids.
Yeah.
My missus. I was horrible to be around.
Are you still doing it now?
Yeah. No, I finished. I was approached by the government, the Net Zero Innovation Scheme in 2022. So what that allowed me to do was finish my site managing role and work on this project, and I could draw a wage out of it for 8 months. So I got I got like a substantial amount of money, and that helped pay me to put my time and effort into this product and get the first prototypes made, then the final and analysis testing. So, and then we've just been awarded another grant off the pre-commercialisation scheme, which is again all net zero.
So when did it all start, this project?
It started COVID. So
okay,
that site I was telling you about, the bespoke site I was working on, I got asked to go in and shut the site down. And then he phoned me up and he said, right, I'm finishing you. I'm furloughing you, but you're not getting any money. Didn't get a penny all the way through. So I had this in the background when I'd had my injury, and I just let it go because of obviously the pressures of sites, and I just let it go. And I thought, right, I've got a bit of time on my hands, so I just started putting pen to paper. Approached the draftsman. We then approached a patent attorney, and then that's how it started from 20. I think it was COVID 2020 or 21.
Yeah, 2020, I believe it was. Yeah.
So that's when I started, Jimmy. So I've had a lot of sleepless nights, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, coming up with another idea, running downstairs. I had to start taking a pen and paper to bed, a pad, because waking up and not forget my ideas. Because I've woke up before when I was site manager about the idea, right, and then I forgot about it, and I went back to sleep, and I woke up, I went to work, and I'm in the bedroom, and then I think of it, so I've got to draw it on the whiteboard straight away, so I don't forget.
That's it.
So
that's the only way to do it.
It's a constant thing. I'm still working on it now. I mean, we've had it all done. It's all tested. We've had full testing and validations, and now I've just approached temporary works designer again because I've come up with another idea on it.
Right.
We've got 11 on the Beaufort scale now, which is 73 mile per hour winds, it only goes to 12, which is astounding. It really is. It's unreal. But I'm wanting to go to that 12 on the Beaufort scale, which is hurricane winds.
Wow.
So I'm wanting that.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So I mean, COVID was shit, wasn't it? But there are some some good stories come out of COVID. This is sort of thing gives people thinking time to reflect and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which you did. So I mean, you made a positive out of it. So you made a positive out of a really bad situation.
Yeah, definitely.
I bet you didn't when you was a bricklayer and when you was at school and whatever. I bet you didn't envisage your life being like this now, or what you're at now,
No, I didn't, Jimmy. No. It's good. I mean, like I say, you've seen the website and the amount of people who are getting involved with it now, Jimmy. I mean, we're in talks with Australia.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest tool manufacturers in Australia are wanting to be on board with us.
We're getting a bit of a head here. I haven't actually explained what BrickBud is. What is BrickBud?
Yeah, so the BrickBud is a wall bracing apparatus.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you've built your walls, but it's basically like an A-frame. Takes about a minute and a half to set up. You just fix it against the wall with a T-clamp. Goes into your bed, tightens up to the BrickBud to the wall, and then you put another one on the other side. So it's basically like an A-frame, Jimmy, but we've got the pattern on it, and then we've got all the validation, all the testing. We've got we have the final eliminate analysis, which was a computer software. So that came back 11 on the Beaufort scale, but it was all computers, and I wasn't happy with the results because it said that on a 450 millimeter wall, it was you'd only need one every 8 meters. Now I've lost a wall 2 course high. It's 2 meters long. So really? Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's just the wind just takes them over straight away. Just 2 courses high, 2 courses of block work, 450 millimeter. So I wasn't happy. So
what the wall had gone off as well, or was it fresh?
No, it was fresh. I just built it, and when the wind started picking up, I was on the. I'll tell you where I was. I was on the joist lift. It was the second lift. Joiners had finished all the flooring, and then we were going round with a beam fill, and we put 2 course on, and the wind was picking up, and it just took the 2 course over.
Right. So how do you install to fresh walls then? Do you how do you do that? Like, I'm assuming with walls that have gone off, you bolt into the wall, yeah?
Yeah, you don't. There's no bolting into it, Jimmy. It's called a T-clamp, a bricklayer's T-clamp. So basically, the ends like this. So that will go in the bed joint. Do you know where the brick's sitting? So that T will go in the to the back of the brick in the cavity, and then it turns 90 degrees, and you can't pull it out. Right. So then you just at the front, you just tighten it, and it just holds it against the wall.
Yeah, and then obviously so you've got like a foot plate that you fix to the floor, yeah, like an anchor point.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so you've got a foot plate. So we've got externally on your scaffolding mat, your ground floor, all dolomite. We've got a J hook, a steel rebar J hook, and we've also got now we've upgraded to a GRP. Non-conductive, so it reduces the risk of electrocution if the guys are hammering anything into the ground.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So Lovell Homes actually stated that they've got a no steel pin policy on site. All their sites now, Morgan Sindles, no steel. So we had to go back to the drawing board, and now we've got a GRP pin, and that will hammer into the dolomite. Yeah. Then on the scaffolding, it's a 20 millimeter wood screw. So you've got like 4 holes. There's 2 in the middle and 2 inside. You've got a 13 mil hole and 2 screws, 2 holes for your screws or for your slab, so your internal concrete slab, or for when you're up to the next lift on your joist.
So what about on like grass or mud or anything like that?
Yeah, you'll just use the same spikes. What go in? 200 millimeter spikes just go straight in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. So that's good. Yeah, it's good. So they're like the spikes. They're like, what's that, like but or high density plastic or something? Yeah,
the GRP, it's glass reinforced plastic, the same as the BrickBud. So that's what that's made of. Very light, okay. But the BrickBud's like it only weighs an 8.1 kilogram.
Yeah,
it's very light, versatile. So yeah, that's like I say, that's what we've got with that. Like so I say,
sorry, go on.
It's just versatile on every floor, every height.
Yeah. So what stage are we at with it now? Then are you selling it? Are you selling it?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we've got Crest Nicholson's with our first customers in Suffolk.
Right.
Crest Nicholson's have just bought some more for the second site. I travel down on the 14th of December, deliver some training to the bricklayers. Lovell Homes. I've bought some for a site in Scarborough in Yorkshire. They haven't lost a wall since, same as Crest Nicholson since implementing it. We've got colleges on board. So I'm at HRC College tomorrow, Hertfordshire College tomorrow. We've got all the house builders in the background. We know that there's been some big meetings with the house builders. And then obviously we've got currently finalising the last some bits of paperwork with our Australian friends. So on the maybe it's a manufacturing distribution deal with Australia for Australia and New Zealand, because they use the same methods as us. Not safe.
So how much do these things cost then, roughly?
So these are $395 each.
Right. Okay. Have you got them in like retailers or anything yet, or are you trying to do
Not
that?
as yet. No, we haven't got them as retailers yet. We're just selling them straight from our manufacturer.
Yeah.
But that is what we are looking at. I know that our friends in Australia have got a lot of doors open to like our version of B&Q, but their version over there, it's massive, these stores. He said the doors they're already dealing with them now. They're already selling their tools to them. So
yeah.
Go on, Jim. It's all right.
Yeah. So this gets rid of using bits of timber and scaffold board and all that sort of stuff to brace the walls up. I mean, I get it. It totally makes sense. But what I find weird is, I mean, I've been in construction most of my working life, but I've never seen anyone bracing walls up with all that sort of stuff. I don't know why. I've just never seen it. I don't know whether they've just neglected it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I've seen your pictures. I mean, you've got a load of pictures of walls coming down all over the place, isn't you? So
yeah.
It's clearly a big thing, especially like now. I mean, it's what we've got, Storm Bert or something.
Yeah, Storm Bert, that's correct, Jimmy.
At the minute.
Now, he's a quick statistic for you. So people, with all what I know of all the walls that go unreported. So we've had 3 storms over the last 2.5 months. Now this one alone it'll took a hell of a lot of walls down, Jimmy, and all these walls will go unreported. Now we're estimating, say it was a gable end, about a £3,500 cost just for that one wall. So you've got your materials, you've got your labour, you've got your waste management costs. This goes on. Insurance premiums might rise if it's an EMS. So we worked out that if we took 2,000 live sites, one wall lost on each one of them sites across the United Kingdom, £3,500 per wall is £7.5 million.
Wow. Yeah.
Just in that one store, and we've just had 3.
Yeah.
So it shows you the how off the scale it is with monetary losses.
Yeah, I mean, you've done a lot of research. You've looked into the carbon footprint as well. Yeah. Talk about that then. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So we were estimating with the walls that are going unreported, Jimmy. We know there's about we know there's about 5% of walls go reported, only due to the fact of the having the report being a red or damaging materials. So the carbon footprint we work out it. I think about 35 million bricks per year. 35 million. 79,000 packs. This isn't blocks, so the bricks and the cement. So the bricks, 35 million bricks is enough to build 3,500 houses. So the carbon footprint is 26 kilograms of CO2 to heat 1 square metre of brickwork. That's 60 bricks. Now, we know that in 35 million bricks in a square metre, there's 583,000 square metres. You times 583,000 by 26, you come up with 15 million kilograms of CO2. That's 15,000 tonnes.
Wow.
But then we know that with the cement, we're losing in excess of about 30,000 cubic metres of cement waste. It's about 255 kilograms to make a cubic metre of cement.
Yeah.
To relay all them bricks, them 35 million bricks, you're going to need the 30,000 tonnes, 30,000 cubic metres. 30,000 cubic metres times 255 is just over 7.5 million. You add them two together, Jimmy, that's 23 million kilograms of CO2, 23,000 tonnes. But then you can go a step further. I haven't factored in the blocks, the DBCs, the wall ties. I haven't factored in any of that. The waste management costs. I haven't factored none of that in. Now, we also know if you add the embodied carbon, Jimmy, obviously the excavators to dig the clay, the transportation, that jumps up to 57,000 tonnes. That is the equivalent to 38,000 diesel cars on the road for a full year.
Yeah. People wouldn't even think about any of this, would they?
No,
really?
they don't. Don't, no. Jimmy? Now we haven't even factored in the blocks.
Yeah.
Well, that's a more carbon footprint. All we've done is the bricks. We've estimated the bricks at 35 million. Now, you've got the blocks, you've got the transportation. The big thing is as well is obviously the companies pay for the skips to get taken away to the recycle yard. So the bricks, the blocks, the cement goes to the recycle yard. All that gets crushed up. The same site will buy that stone back to use on the site. So they're paying for it to go, and then they're paying for it to come back.
Yeah.
And how can we reduce all this, Jimmy?
Well, this is it, isn't it? This is it. Yeah.
Everything on site. This product ticks every box: monetary losses, health and safety, net zero. But there's another cost involved as well, Jimmy. You've got your clients want to move in. So they've been promised a handover date of whatever. So we had one house type, and when I was working in Durham in the North East, and we were going in every day. It was only a small wall, but every day that wall was gone because it had a door one side and a door the other side, Jimmy. So this wall was gone every day. It was happening for about 6-7 weeks. Could not keep it up. Couldn't do anything. We put blocks against it. It was a coastal site, and it was going on for about 8 weeks. These houses fell behind 8 weeks, Jimmy. So all the clients who were waiting to move in these houses, who've applied for the mortgage, had the mortgage passed, they have to reapply for the mortgage because it's lapsed. But then the companies because they haven't moved in, the companies will have to pay for accommodation of hotels to put them up until they move in because their house is sold.
Yeah.
It just goes on. Insurance premiums. It's massive, Jimmy. It really is. It really is.
So you found a solution to a big problem, really, and yeah. Is there like a regulatory height where you have to brace walls? So
no, you can lose, like I've just said to you there, Jimmy. You can lose 2 cores, 3 cores, 4 cores. So NHBC guidelines is what the site managers say. If you build higher than 6 cores of block work, if you go higher than that and it goes, you're not getting paid.
Right.
If you build 6 cores and you lose it, they'll pay you.
Yeah.
Which is 18 cores of bricks, which is what we had, 18 cores bricks high.
Yeah.
So the thing with the product as well, Jimmy, there's a statistic. What we know is obviously the 60 bricks in a square metre, what I told you earlier, that's 222 kilograms just in a square metre. Yeah. They allow you to go 18 cores high. That is just short of 300 kilograms. So if you've got a trespasser, a child, anyone on site, could be live through the day, an operative, and the brace with timber, and that wall goes. You're not walking away from it, Jimmy. I mean, I was lucky that it just caught my leg, but if anyone's walking past that wall and it goes, you're not walking away.
What talking about that day, what do you think could have been done differently with the means and methods you had available?
You couldn't. No. It's what we've used for decades.
Yeah.
That's the only system in place, Jimmy. We had some scaffolding boards, but the scaffolders are furious as well because the bricklayers are taking the scaffolding boards and putting nails in it.
Yeah.
Scaffolders, forgetting there's a nail in it, they're putting them straight on the shoulder. They're cutting all this. So the scaffolders are getting injured all the time. Scaffolders are loving the product. I've been talking with a guy yesterday, scaffolder on LinkedIn, Mark Parkin. And he loves it. He said, you need this. He said, I'm sick of filling accident reports in, and the list goes on. They're welcoming it with open arms.
Mate, I didn't. I mean, you've opened up a lot of things. I didn't think of half of these things, that possible problems that could have come out of these situations.
Oh, yes, I know.
I mean, you won a few awards as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we won. We were finalists at the Construction News Awards in June, I think it was, Jimmy.
Right.
For innovation, obviously, finalists. We didn't get the award, and then the NBCA awards. Oh, sorry. After that, we went to the IOSH headquarters in Leicester. We won the Stevenson Shield Award for innovation and health and safety, and we met with the presidents of the VIOSH and British industry standards. So we were interacting with quite a few high-end people in safety, and them just loved the product. So we won that award, and then we were nominated for 4 awards at the National Building Construction Awards. 1 for sustainability, 1 for health and safety, public vote, and I can't remember the other one. But we won the Health and Safety Gold Award at the National Building Construction Awards, and we won the public vote as well. Well, I won the public vote.
Fair play to you, Cole, man. That's
yeah,
good going,
so yeah, it's good. I mean, all my mates wound me up saying you're going to have to buy a trophy cabinet. So, but not only that as well, Jimmy. We've had numerous magazines. They're on the website. You might have read them. We've had the Professional Builder magazine. A guy called Andy McVitie came to a Lovell site, done a big article about him. And then he written another article when we went to Crest Nicholson's to have a meeting with Alan. And then we have been in the Professional Builders was Ed, and the higher executive was Andy McVitie. So it's higher executive on 2 occasions, and the Builders Publishing magazine. Yeah. And I've been informed that we're going in again in December. So look out for another article. Yeah, it's going to go in the Professional Builders magazine yet again.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
You must be really, really proud.
Oh, I am. I'm ecstatic about it, Jimmy. I really am. I mean, it's my story. A lot of people are buying into, and when they hear my story, and you've brought something positive out of a really bad situation, Carl, and that is what I mean. When I talk to all the operatives, and they just can't believe it, especially when they see the photo of my ankle. It's horrific. Yeah,
well, I'll put some photos up actually at some point on the thing. So I'll do that. But is it just you? You're just doing it yourself, is it, or you got
staff? I've got a partner there. He's got a small. Well, he's got a percentage of the company. He's helped me out. He helped me out with the PCT patent. So we've got the patent for Australia and Southern Ireland as well. So we've got the GB patent. We've got the Australian patent. So he helped me out with that, and I've given him a percentage of the company. So he's still a site manager.
Right.
He's joined the background, so he knows exactly what's occurring across our construction industry to this day. And he just sits back, and he'll attend awards with me, but he's got a job, so I'll just work on this. It's just myself traveling all over the United Kingdom, promoting it, attending trade shows, super travel event. So it's just me.
Do you think it would have been possible without the grant? The government grant?
No, we couldn't have done. We couldn't have done this without the innovation. No way, because that helped us. I got the money together to apply for the patent, which is about £2,500, I think.
Yeah,
very expensive things, these patents. And then it was more attractive to the net zero scheme because I'd actually put my own money into the product.
Mm-hmm.
And when we worked with the UK RI innovation scheme, them helped with obviously all the testing, the valid testing, the FEA, and the prototype. I got 2 prototypes made from the scheme. So
okay. So did they? Was it just financial help? Did they help you with like mentoring or business acumen or anything like that? One-to-one, anything like that? No.
It was just a financial help. It was basically just allowed me to work on the project and draw a wage from it.
Yeah.
I've done all this myself, Jimmy. This is a learning curve. I've been a bricklayer for 27 years.
Yeah.
And as you know, site manager for 5. And I'm learning every day, Jimmy. I'm no businessman. I'm a tradesman, but I'm learning new things every day. I'm currently on a course with called Alt Labs, excuse me. And it's we meet like-minded entrepreneurs, and people come and deliver a talk, it's good. It really is inspiring. It really is to talk to these people who've made it in Teesside, worth millions. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, so I've been there for 4 weeks. I'll be missing this Thursday because I'm busy. But yeah, it's good. It's really good meeting people.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good to surround yourself with successful people anyway, isn't it? You know. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it's amazing, really. I mean, I'm really, it's really inspiring story for everyone, I think. It really is. But I mean, do you miss the? Obviously, you had a lot of camaraderie in that as a bricklayer. Do you miss all that?
Yeah, I do. I love the trade. I really did. I mean, it was just working with your mates basically, and it was banter all day.
Yeah.
And then for me to go into site management, it was just a total different ball game. Sitting in the office, arguing with trades because I'm not doing the job properly.
Yeah.
Bad workmanship, stress. And and then you're taking your work home with you. It's not. If I could do it, I'd be back into bricklaying. But my uncle says no.
So you wouldn't physically be able to do it now, no?
No, I can't, Jimmy. No. No. If I stand for too long, if I'm at a trade show, I've got to get a seat. I've got to sit down. So if I stand for half an hour, my ankle is killing me.
Yeah.
It's just it's not a nice feeling at all.
Do you have physio or anything for it?
I've had all sorts, Jimmy. Yeah, I've had physio. I've had they've offered me. So when I was going back into bricklaying, when I tried bricklaying again, they offered me an ankle replacement or a fusion. So the fusion is they put the two big screws in your heel, and it goes right through your heel into your ankle, and then they put two in your ankle, like the bottom of your foot, into your heel, and it stops you pivoting your foot. Got two kids, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I can play football. I can't really jog on it. I can play a bit of football with the kids, but there'll be no movement in my ankle, and I just didn't want it. But they said you're going to be pain free. And I know people who've had it done, these fusions, and they said, Carl, it's the best thing I've ever done. He said, I'm not waking up in pain anymore. So it might be something for the future, Jimmy.
I bet it's worse this time of year as well in the cold.
Oh, yeah, the cold kills. Yeah, it really does. Yeah. It's constant all day. Wakes me up. I was on pain, heavily addicted to painkillers, gabapentins. I was on them for a year and a half. So
did they get you hooked?
Yeah. I was hooked on them. I couldn't. I had to take them to go to sleep. They were the only things helping me to sleep. So I just stopped taking them like that. I went to the doctors, and I just felt down and lethargic. And the doctor, when I was talking to the doctor, he said, "You still on the gabapentin?" I went, "No, I've stopped." He went, "What?" I said, "I stopped a week ago." He went, "What?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You've just stopped." I went, "Yeah." He said, "You need to get back on. Carl, you can't just stop them. They've been in your system for a year and a half. You've got to gradually come off them." So I had to take, I think, my dose was 900 milligrams a day. It's 300 in the morning, 300. And I was taking like 900s at a time. I was just out of it, Jimmy.
Isn't it? It's dangerous.
Yeah, it is very, it is. It's really bad. But they don't tell you the side effects of them, especially coming off them, Jimmy. I mean, it took me a month and a half, I think. So I had to, like, for a week, I had to drop a tablet. No, it was about 2 or 3 months to come off them. I had to drop a tablet, drop another tablet for a week, and then so on until I was off them. So the odd time when I'm really, really suffering, I'll take two. I've got loads there. I've still got absolute loads, but it's your sleep pattern. It just gets you down, and it's just. I'd like to be on a beach drinking a nice pina colada, Jimmy, when this kicks in.
Wouldn't we all, mate?
I know.
I think that's what we all inspire to. Yeah, good hell.
I know.
So what do you think of the? Do you think? I think safety standards have increased incredibly, haven't they? But do you think they're doing enough in construction?
No. My concept proves it, because I speak with a lot of safety people, hell of a lot of safety people. I'm dealing with them now. So they're willing to what I've actually put these timber methods up against the wall when I was a bricklayer, and a health and safety guy just walked past, stopped and started talking to me while I'm erecting these unsafe acts.
Yeah.
And just talk to me as if it's just normal procedure, because it's been done for years.
Yeah.
So they just walk on by and yeah, that's all right. That, but Jimmy does no temporary works designs.
Yeah.
So the liabilities are falling on the PCs, the health and safety, the senior management, brickwork contractors and subcontractors. If any of that fails, Jimmy, they're all liable for corporate manslaughter prosecution.
Yeah.
Fines.
Yeah.
And they're still allowing it. It's the public liability insurance as well, Jimmy. And this is what I'm trying to explain to them, but they're still not listening. Public liability insurance, right? Yeah, we've got it for 10 million or whatever. Subcontractors have got to have it for 10 million, 5 to 10 million. If any of that fails, Jimmy, because it's an unsafe act, their public liability is void because it's unsafe and it's classed as negligence. But I'm speaking with a lot of house builders and they're just saying, "Oh well, if the bricklayers want to use the timber, I'm not stopping them." And that's what I'm fighting. And they're still allowing it, Jimmy. I mean, when I had a meeting with my manufacturer a while ago, we passed the building site and he phoned me up straight away. He said, "Since that meeting with you, I constantly look on sites what are getting built, all house on sites."
Yeah.
He said, "And look at this," and he showed me some photos. He sent me some photos through. And those photos, the photos with loads of timber bracing up against all these houses. Yeah, again, Jimmy, it's just unsafe acts.
Still doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it is one of them, innit? I mean, like you say, it's just all you know, innit? All they know what to do. It's totally different. So, well, I wish every success for you, man. You just got to keep plugging into them, really, haven't you? Just keep plugging it into them.
That's all I can do, Jimmy. I'm trying my hardest, and I don't get frustrated because there's a lot of people's lives at risk.
And these magazines will help, and obviously coming on podcasts like this will help get get the word out.
Oh yeah, definitely. We were invited down. I was down London a few weeks ago. Darren Evans, Thrive Construction.
Right.
I was on that podcast a few weeks ago.
Okay.
He's put me on to some good contacts.
When's that coming out? When's that go live? Do you know? Is it out already? Published?
No. January.
Okay. Yeah. What about hog carrying? There's a bit of I was thinking about this the other day actually. You know, like carrying a hod up ladders. That's not. It's not illegal, is it? Because I know there was this big thing a few years back where they stopped. I thought they stopped it, and you had to use forklifts up onto platforms and that.
They still make the hods. I know people who use them. Some bloggers, some bricklayers, and I see them using them, but they're not allowed on site. Yeah, because you've got to have contact with the ladders, 3 points contact all the time with ladders, haven't you? Is it free?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, so not. It's 4, isn't it? Is it 4 points contact up a ladder?
I think no, it's 3 points, isn't it? I'm sure it's 3 points. I think what it is because I don't know how much weight goes in the hod. I think there's a certain amount of weight you're allowed to carry up a ladder, isn't there? But I don't know how much goes in the hod. Depends on the size of the hod, I
think it is 12 bricks. Bricks about 3.5, 4 kilo.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a grey area, but I just remember years ago that it stopped in most places, but obviously like your one-man bands and that, they're still doing it, isn't they?
Yeah, they're still using, of course they do, yeah. Like the SMEs, like the extensions and they do still use them. I've seen the lads using them.
So what do you aspire? Where do you want this to go? What's the end game?
The end game is to have this implemented into all the into the site RAMs as a necessity. It must be used.
Yeah,
it's already in some sites temporary works files now.
Right.
Which is Chris Nicholson's, Lovell Homes. It's actually in there. Toolbox Talks, everything. Got to use his product.
Yeah.
And now I know that Lovell's are talking of putting it on a couple more sites.
Yeah, I mean, these are big companies. That's good.
Oh, massive, yeah. Morgan Sindles. I mean, when Morgan Sindles, like the main company, and for Lovell Homes, a massive Morgan Sindles, and when I pass my temporary works designs over to the health and safety manager, Naz, and he said, "Look, Carl," he said, these will pick the bones out of this. He said, He said they're a big company and don't be disheartened if something comes back. It might cost you a bit more money. 4 days later, he phoned me. He said they passed them with flying colours. Yeah,
Wicked.
went straight
Nice.
through.
Nice.
I know. So,
Yeah.
but you like to say we've got everything back in the up, Jimmy. We've got the temporary works designs. We've got a health and safety report where I built 2 walls, the FEA, and then we're working with the temporary works designer now on an updated, upgraded.
So this is the thing. I mean, you're busy all the time. You're traveling the country. You're talking, having meetings, all sorts of people. You talk about the stress of the site management, but this kind of stress, this is like your thing, isn't it? This is your passion. It's different, isn't it? You're happy to have this kind of stress. You're happy to have this kind of busyness because it's your baby, and it's your purpose. Yeah, mate. So I wish you all the success with it. I really, really do. I hope it gets in everywhere. I really do. Is there anything else you got in the pipeline? Any other little inventions or anything like that?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've got 3 more in the background. So we've actually got an attachment that goes on top of this.
Right.
So we've got the pattern on that as well.
Okay. What's that for?
It's for window formers. So what the bricklayers use now for. So when they're setting a window former up, it's they'll use a scaffolding board, put a nail in it, put it up against a window former to keep it plumb, and then the bricks go to the window former. The window former stays in, it's tied into the brickwork.
Yeah.
Or they'll use a 4B1 like truss bracing. All that truss bracing gets snapped up and goes in the skip.
Yeah.
And this is on every plot they use this. Same thing on every plot they build. So all that timbers, it's millions of pounds worth of timber that goes in the skip. Carbon footprint again. We've got an attachment that sits on top. It's a metre long and it grabs hold of the timber on the window form and it keeps it plumb.
Right.
So you're not using any timber.
Wicked. Yeah.
And then we've got another one. It's in the background now. It's just a simple fix. I can't say much about it because currently, when this starts coasting, the others will come out. But the other one, it's cement wastage, Jimmy. You wouldn't believe the amount of cement waste. Tubs of it, tubs and tubs and tubs, millions of pounds worth of cement. I mean, I've been on some sites, and the site manager I'm working with, Cliff, said to him, I said, have you got a cement mound? I said, can you take a photo of it? He said, I'll get someone to take me a photo and near it. And it must have been about 100 foot long by about 20 foot high. It's just tubs of cement that had gone off. They've just tipped with the forks. And this is happening across our industry.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I have seen it. It's terrible, With you being a bricklayer, do you walk past buildings or walls to like judging brickwork and stuff like that and looking at how
all the time,
yeah.
All the time, We're going to stay to that, definitely. I wouldn't have that. That'd be pulled down.
I bet whoever's with us like, shut up, Carl, give it a rest, will you? Leave it out.
They do,
yeah.
Are you passing
how many bricks did you lay a day when you?
I don't know. A good day, probably you get about if you're on a decent stretch, you easily get 1,000 down. I mean, there's a guy there who won the Super Trowel event. He's smashing it. There's 2 lads, first and second to come to the Super Trowel event. Charlie Collinson and Ash Mahoney. I think Charlie laid 740 in an hour.
Really?
Jesus. 740 in an hour, and Ash was one behind him. Ash Mahoney was one behind him, and I think one of them was chipped, and he took it off the wall. Yeah, 700. I'm sure it was 740. Now it's called the Super Trowel event. There's another one in Coventry this year. I'm going to that as well. But bear in mind, if you put that into a bricklayer's price, bricklayers are getting, I don't know what they're getting down south, but up north and Teesside, they're getting about 68 pence a brick, 70 pence a brick. So down south, the London area, it'll be easy getting £1 a brick.
Yeah,
so £740 in an hour you'd have made.
What? Jesus.
It's crazy money now, Jimmy.
I was gonna ask about that actually for any potential bricklayers wanting to get into it, but do you know what though? I mean, I've been looking at a lot of these new builds now. The quality is just not the same as it used to be
No,
because
no,
it
it's
is
rough.
all about how many you can get laid in a day. That's
Yeah,
what it is, isn't it?
yeah,
There's no craft in it anymore.
no,
There's no character to the
no,
walls. You know,
yeah.
it's
There's
sad, isn't
nothing.
it? And
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not.
nothing.
Go on.
It's just get them up as quick as possible. That's the attitude. Get them up.
Yeah, yeah,
Ask
yeah,
questions later.
yeah.
I mean,
And it's just
I've seen some brickwork. I mean, on a couple of sites I was on when I got brought in to look after the brickwork packages, and there was quite a few houses already built. And I was looking at. I mean, you could have had a seagull resting on some of it. Like it was just like lips everywhere. I mean,
yeah,
I just looked at it all. I mean, I said the site manager, the senior site manager, I said, you need to go and have a look at that brickwork. It's a mess.
mm,
So he went, I don't know what you mean. What's wrong with it? I said, look at that there. Obviously, with them not coming from a bricklaying background, so they had to cut it all out. Cut the full side of the gable. It was up on the second lift. They had to cut it all out, redo it all. It was a mess.
mad.
But
Because
it's even joiners, all your fixes and everything. Everything's rushed, Jimmy. It's hand over,
yeah,
get your CMLs, get your CMLs.
yeah, yeah,
Terrible.
yeah. And also, it's all about cost as well. Like, I
Mm,
mean, when you think some of the houses, like even like when you get 500 grand to £1 million houses and they're throwing these
mm,
walls up and the brickwork like
mm.
shit, and you think, look, this is £1 million house. You can't do
Yeah,
anything to that.
exactly.
I've done work. I was a ground worker before, and we'd done work for one company, and they were putting like 850 grand houses in, and they were putting like
Mm,
£2 little cheap slabs in the back garden and cheap tacky windows in, and
yeah.
saying to him,
Mm.
how can you put all this in? You
I
know,
know, I know.
people are spending all this money.
Exactly.
You know what
Exactly,
else
Jimmy.
annoys me as well when they want to try and throw as many houses as possible in a bit of land. So you get
Yeah,
no garden anymore, do you?
I
No
know.
garden. It's just
Yeah,
they just cram them all in together.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway,
That,
that's
that's that's the that's a construction game now, Jimmy. That's a house building. It's
yeah,
just get them up, lads, as
all
quick as
about profit.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. Get them CMLs in, get that money in our bank.
Yeah, yeah,
CMLs. That's all they want. 20
yeah.
CMLs in a month. I mean, we went for a big company, big house building company. The amount of CMLs they were wanting. I mean, we just and it was COVID as well. So because they were getting rushed, they took our free day time on them, like man and the other site managers, assistant site managers. They took our 3 days off us because what we do, we write all the snags, highlighting for the electrician, joiner, uh, could be a patcher, whatever. We just highlight everything and we say, right, say to Sparky, right, you go in, tick your list off, and so on. And we get him neat and perfect. We actually had the construction director come down and inspecting our houses. The sales staff were saying that unreal, but then COVID
Mm,
kicked in and they took our days off us.
mm.
And you were having like 150 snags. I mean, those houses all over were just we had to bring another assistant site manager in to help us to sort all the snags out. That's how bad they
Mm.
were.
Yeah.
Terrible, really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. It's
But
not good.
and this is the thing I'm struggling with because they will say, well, it's £395 for your brick board. I said, yeah, but it's cost of a life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, what one
Yeah.
gable end there, it's £3,500 just if you lost one gable end at least. And
Um,
then this would have kept the wall up and it's reusable, Jimmy.
this is the thing. I mean, once they bought it, they've got it now. No, you don't have to buy
Yeah, they've
another one.
got
That's
it.
it. I
Yeah.
mean, and what sort of guarantee have you gotten?
Well, a lot of people say, well, how long will they last? I said, well, how are you going to treat them? Are you going to mishandle them? Are you going to throw them about?
Yeah.
It's like I always say, that you can have a bricklayer, you can have two bricklayers, a mucky bricklayer and a clean bricklayer who cleans his toes every day. You can have a bricklayer who doesn't clean his level,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
doesn't clean
Exactly.
his trowel,
Yeah.
and they're not going to last, are they? Because they're not
No.
looked
Exactly.
after. If you look after
Yeah.
them, Jimmy,
Yeah.
this product, this material, is actually a handrail for offshore rigs.
Mm,
It's a handrail, so it's got all your fire rating, it's got all your
mm,
UV rays, all your salt. It's got
mhm,
everything. It's got every bit of testing in it. It might
mm.
discolour, but
Yeah.
that's about it. I think
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a 20. Is it 25 or 50 year guarantee with this GRP product?
Is it? I was going to say, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
What's your
yeah,
guarantee? Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, it's good lifetime. So, like I say, once they bought them, that's it. They've got them. It's theirs,
yeah.
then, isn't it? So you
They've
don't
got
know.
them, Jimmy, definitely. And
Yeah.
it's the thing is, they're saying, oh well, where I'm struggling is because these walls are going unreported, Jimmy. We know I've done it for 27 years. I've had quite a few walls go. I braced them with the timber. You go and see the site manager, you say to the site manager, look, I've lost the wall overnight. Did you brace it? Yeah, I braced it. Right, show me your photo. So you showed me your photo. Right, okay, I'll pay you. Get rid of the evidence, put it in the skip, and I'll pay you. So you get rid of all the evidence, reload it all out, and then he'll pay you.
Yeah.
But the only ones that go report are the ones that are damaging the scaffolding, like I said. Temporary works, your scaffolding might be all bent, the walls went out over, walls go in over the damage on the first floor joist work, they've got to get a joiner out, they've got to buy more joists, more OSB boards, and then them go reported. But we know for a fact, I've done it as a site manager. I've been on both sides of the fence, Jimmy. I've paid the lads for walls we've gone over, rather than phone the health and safety and say, look, we've had a near miss here, the walls come down, nearly hit one of the lads. We got invited to a big, another house builder when 2 weeks ago on site. And they were talking about implementing the product. There was a meeting last week with all the health and safety team. I said, what's happening? He said, I think it was 2 guys nearly got killed. 2 walls, internal walls, freestanding walls. You've got in your corridor. One had hit the other one like a domino.
Yeah.
And there was 2 people stood near it, and they just moved out the way, and it caught a lad down his arm and his leg, like just grazed all one side of him. Would have killed him straight away, Jimmy.
Yeah, definitely.
It's unreal, and they just go unreported. It's the hide the evidence attitude, and it happens. Yeah. And for any site manager to say it doesn't, they're a liar. And I'm telling you, because I've spoken to many site managers, contracts managers, project managers. Do you report your walls? No. And it should be reported, Jimmy. I think it's 100 near misses. Should be a near miss. 100 near misses is it a serious injury or something like that? Statistics. But that's what I'm dealing with, and that's because they think they're not losing any. But the only way that they will know is say for instance, they spent £1 million on my product, implementing my product. We estimate the one house builder is losing about 6.9 million per year just in lost walls. So if they spent £1 million on my product, and at the end of the financial year and they're up 5 million, they're going, well, we spent £1 million on the brickboard, but why are we up 5 million? Because it stopped all the walls going down. And that's the only way they'll know. I'm not having a go at managing directors, construction directors. Some of them have worked their way up. Some of them have come straight from university, Jimmy, and went straight into a construction director job, and they haven't even been on site. They haven't a clue what goes on site, and they're just sitting in the office, and them are saying, "Oh, we don't lose walls." No, we don't lose any. We've lost 2. Until they step foot on that site, and then they look how the bricklayers are bracing them walls.
Yeah,
I had a conversation with a very big construction director from a big house builder last week. See my product. And he was walking around site with the site manager, site manager, project manager, and contract manager. And he was walking, and he looked, and he seen the house, and he said to the site manager, he said, "Is that it?" He said, "What?" He said, "That." And it was a house propped with loads of timber. He said, "Well, yeah." He said, "That's all we've got." He said, "No, you haven't." He said, "I've seen a product online that removes all that." He said, "This needs to stop." And he's pushing it now for a massive house builder, Jimmy, really big house builder now in the background, pushing it now. I'm working with him.
What about hire shops?
What, sorry?
Get them into hire shops so people can...
Yeah, well, that's... Sorry, Jimmy. No, I love this place here. Yeah, well, that was our next step, because it's been in a couple of hire magazines, which goes into all, like, your Jewsons, your Atkinsons.
Yeah.
That will be the next step. But I've been told there's some guys who I know called David and Steve, Dad and Lad, brought a product out rather than using strong boys on acros, it's called Prop Pal, I think. Anyway, them are actually working with all the hire and sales. Now, they said it's very hard to get in because the likes of Jewsons, they don't like... they like it made in the UK, basically, so it's your carbon footprint. So our products shipped in from India.
Right.
But I can argue the fact and say, well, when if I can get the, I think is it the ESG report or whatever it is for your carbon footprint for a ship to bring a container over, save my GRP. Say, I don't know, for instance, it was, I don't know, 5,000 kilograms of CO2 emitted from bringing my product into the UK. I can argue with the fact and say, well, man's reducing 57,000 tons of CO2 by reducing brick kilns emissions and the cement emissions as well, the manufacturing of the cement. So it's quite hard.
Would you consider getting it manufactured here?
We can't get the GRP over here. It's all brought in from India or China. Now, it's getting manufactured, it's getting made here, it's getting assembled, but we are buying the materials in-house at the moment in the UK, and it's a bit expensive.
Yeah.
Obviously, abroad, you buy container full.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper, hell of a lot cheaper.
You're getting Dragon's Den?
Well, do you know what, Jimmy? A lot of people have said that. Said because they'll be all over it, especially Deborah Maiden with all the net zero and I've actually applied, but I've heard nothing back. I applied a while ago, but I've heard nothing back. And everyone says you need to get on Dragon's Den, you know that. Yeah, because it'll be all over you, Carl.
Yeah, definitely.
It's every box tick for a construction site, Jimmy. Every single box.
Yeah, I mean, even if they're not all over it, even if they don't go for it, at least they'll give you a little bit of wisdom, a bit of knowledge, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, someone said to me, he said, "Just go on anyway." He said, "See if you can get on." He said, "It's publicity."
Yeah,
so exactly. Imagine saying that in Dragon's Den.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's the one. Definitely. Yeah, keep trying. Apply again, man. In fact, do it again tomorrow. Go apply to them tomorrow.
See you think? Yeah. Yeah.
Nice one. Well, it's been great talking, mate. One last question for you. Going back to the bricklaying, what advice would you give anyone wanting to get into bricklaying?
Any advice? Just stick with it. Obviously, you've got your hard times. You've got your ailments. I don't want to put them off, but I've got tennis elbows and it's stick with it. Yeah, your back goes. There's a lot of ailments with it, but it's a good trade to get into. It really is a good trade. And especially the money now. They just throw money at bricklayers now. They're making a fortune. I've got friends in Teesside there. £2,000 a week, 38, 39 hours. I mean, when I was doing it a while ago, we were cleaning about £1,200, £1,300 after tax. Yeah. And we were working about a 6 hour day, and then on a Friday we were doing about 32 hours a week, and we were clearing £1,300.
Fucking hell, I'm in the wrong game, man.
It's unreal, Jimmy. It really is. It's crazy. Yeah. And it's there's a couple of lads who I know. Two bricklayers who I know called call them needy and greedy because they're always shouting for materials, and they're always shouting at the forklifts, so that's a nickname, needy and greedy. So what they're doing, right? What they're doing in the winter, do you know when you've got the dark night? Do you know when you've got it's like now 4 o'clock starts getting dark, right? Yeah. they've got do you know your man has torches? No, your headlamps. So they're still working in it when it's dark. Swear to, Jimmy.
No way. Proper greedy. So even when everyone's rained off, I suppose, isn't it? They're still
they're still there. They're still there. They put there's a lot of people do it now. Do you know, like visqueen? Yeah. They'll have like visqueen over the scaffolding. Yeah. You won't get them going home. They even have the keys. They even get the keys for the site. They're on site before anyone. And the lock
up. Well, good luck to him, man.
But he's calmed down a bit now because his back's gone. I was talking to him the other day, and they're not as bad as they used to be. But that's the nickname. I said, "Do you know my mate who's working on that site? What's his name?" I told him his name. He went, "Nah." I said, "Oh, he looks like this, this, and this." And he goes, "Oh, you mean needy and greedy?" Unreal, he really is. But he's my age now. He's my age. He's 49. His back's playing up a bit, and he's not like it anymore. But but you used to get the money though, Jimmy. You used to pull a fortune in, absolute fortune. Early retirement for him, but all his ailments. It's just stick with it. I think these young ones now, you're not getting as many coming through to the trades. They all want to. It's all like internet. It's all technology. They're looking at the trade, working in the cold weather and lifting all that.
Yeah. I was just about to say, actually, there's not. I don't know if what's your take on this, but there's not enough trades out there nowadays, is there? I don't think.
No, I
know obviously you did an apprenticeship. The apprenticeships died out for a little while. They're starting to come back in now.
They are coming back a bit. Yeah,
I think they.
I mean, I was talking to a couple of lads up at Hertfordshire College, and we're on a day release, working for a big company in London, and it's costing them a fortune. It's costing them a fortune to get just to get the college. It was costing them more money to get the college.
Yeah,
it seems killing me. It really is. But there's a few coming through. There's a lot more. You see a lot more women in construction as well now. Bricklayers, and I mean, I can't fault them at all. It's been a male-dominated industry for years, and you've got all the women coming through now. And site managers take no shit. I met one a couple of months ago when I was building some nursing homes before I started this project, and she was a site manager, and it was a company I used to work for. I was talking to her, but the way she was with all the trades and that, she doesn't take no shit. You know what I mean? Who we talking to? Just because she's a woman.
Yeah.
But the kids. I mean, just stick with it. It'll come right, and head down, ass up.
That's it, mate. Yeah.
Literally. That's it, mate.
There's one thing I always struggled with. Being a ground worker, I could run around all day, dig all day, push barrels all day. But once I was in one position, bent down for one position for hours, like time on end, it would just kill me. It's like a stress position. It would just absolutely kill my back, kill my knees and everything. Oh, it's no good.
I mean, ground workers, I feel sorry for the ground workers because obviously if it gets really, really bad when it's raining, it's pissing down. The trades can go, the bricklayers can go, but the ground workers, they've just got to put all the waterproofs on, and I'm looking, I'm thinking, wow.
Yeah, honestly, it's so demoralising when you're seeing everyone else pack up.
I know.
You're steering all this shit. I mean, I've laid slabs, like council slabs, chucking down with snow. I've left my club hammer and leveling it on the slabs as I'm laying them. And I'm looking around, and the snow's covering all my tools, and I'm thinking, "Come on, man! Come on, let's call it a day, shall we?" No, let's crack on. It's like, hell, seriously? That's why partly why I got out of it, because it's just too much for me. In the end, I was just like, I got out at the right time, really, because my body was just packing up on me, man. It's not good.
It does, Jimmy. I mean, we're not getting any younger as well. It does take its toll on you. Whether you're out in it's all right in the summer, you've got the sun beating down on you. Sometimes it's too hot when you're on site. And it does knacker you, doesn't it? It drains you. Constantly drinking water. You're trying to lay bricks.
Yeah.
But when it's that hot and then you're trying to join it, the cement's going off too quick.
Yeah, that's it.
You're like, it's too hot, and then the cold kit's too cold. You just can't keep that. Bricklayers just love to warn. They love it. They love a good whinge, bricklayers.
Don't I know it, mate?
They've got. I think you have to pass your NVQ 2 and 3 in mourning and whinging.
Is that the one of the requirements? Is it? Yeah.
That's one of the requirements. Yeah. If you're too happy, you're saying, "No, we're not taking it on." If you go in with a frown and a grump, right? Yeah, he's a man.
Yeah. Well,
he's definitely a brickie.
Well, you seem happy enough, so you obviously got out of it for enough time. You seem happy enough now. All that moaning's gone out of you now, so
it's still stress, Jimmy. Like you said, it's a good stress. It is a bad stress. Thinking, right, when's my next order coming in? And obviously, I'm travelling all over the UK. I'm back down London on the 4th of December.
Yeah,
I'm at Teesside. I'm back up to Teesside on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd, delivering training to Stockton Riverside College. After Stockton Riverside College on the Monday, I then go to Hartlepool College, deliver training there. There's about 100 odd students all in all, Jimmy.
Wow.
Just starting them young, educating them now and explain to them that do not get involved. Even if a bricklayer says to you, like the predecessor, the old school bricklayer says to the young ones, go and get some timber. Do not get involved.
Yeah.
Because it's your ass on the line.
Yeah.
And then shit rolls downhill, as you know. The PCs sat at the top of management, who are all the health and safety working for the big house builders, will have a big solicitor backing them. Subcontractor, a young kid just going on to site, he could have just left. He could be on a day release and he's been involved in it and he could be going to jail.
Yeah.
Do not get involved in them timber methods. That's what we need to drum into him, Jimmy.
This is the thing. I mean, it's like with everything. When you speak up and these people say, yeah, but we've always done it like this. It doesn't mean it's right. Don't mean it's right.
Yeah,
you know So let's do it the right way.
So I've had bricklayers actually say to me, said, oh, well, why would I want to use your product when I can just stick 2 scaffolding boards up and a couple of nails? It's never failed me yet. See, wait till it does fail you, and wait till it crushes your leg.
Yeah.
Go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Then your attitude will change. And plus, the systems you're using, they're not safe. You've got no temporary works designs for that. Ours has got all the relevant paperwork backing it up. I mean, we hit a bit of a stumbling block with Lovells, because obviously I told you with the no steel pin policy.
Yeah.
But we worked with them, and then we phoned them up a week later, and we said, look, we found you a GRP product here. I was talking to a couple of ground workers. I don't know if you use them, Jimmy, or you used to. I was talking to some ground workers. So do you know you've got your steel pins for your pin caps, for your lines, what you're knocking the ground.
Yeah.
But 12 mil, I think they are. Well, anyway, you can use them for our brickwood, which goes in 2 holes. You can use them pins, or you can use a J hook rebar. So when I spoke with Lovells, I said, "Oh, we've got no steel pin." So then we sourced the non-conductive. It's a GRP rebar. We put a chamfer end on it, and then when I was talking to a couple of ground workers, I said, "Do you use GRP road pins now and shepherd's hooks?" And he went, "Yeah." He said, "But they don't last." He said, "Because it's fiberglass. The ends just splay. You know what I mean? It's just like a material. Yeah. So when they took full force of a hammer a couple of times, they just start splaying."
Yeah.
So I thought, right, I wonder if I can do something else. So I sourced some material off my manufacturer. We put some ends, some spikes on, like a slight chamfer on them. And then I thought, right, how can we eliminate this splaying? So I looked on Amazon. Simple. I found do you know where you've got your metal chair legs on a wooden surface when you sit down on a chair to stop them scratching the wood? You've got a rubber cap, black rubber cap that sits on the. I put one of them on the end of the rebar. Yeah. And I went out and tested them. No splaying. Simple as that.
Yeah, mate.
And then when I spoke with the health and safety regional manager for Teesside, North East, told him, and he said, "Carl," he said, "they're over the moon." He said, "They really are." He said, "For you to work," he said, "we told you Friday that, and we were disheartened. We think we couldn't use your system on the ground." He said, "And we were disheartened." He said, "You've got some brownie points." He said, "Because for you to work on that all weekend and then phone me a few days later and you've sourced a different material just for Lovell Homes," he said, "It's brilliant, Carl. It really is. We're very, very pleased with you."
Good man.
I know.
Man. Yeah, I know. That's it. Fair play. Well, this is what you got to do, isn't it? It's
definitely.
Use your initiative and bit of drive. I like that. Yeah, nice one. Well, like I say, I wish you every success in the world, man. I really do. And next time I see you, maybe one day when you come down to London, meet up and have a beer, and then you can tell me now you've been on Dragon's Den. You're in Dewson's. You're in Wicks. You're in all the screw fix and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I'm travelling after I've been to college tomorrow. I'm going to see my mate who lives in Essex. It's only 20 mile away from where I am now.
Yeah.
27 mile, I think, yeah. So I said I'll pop round and see you tomorrow. So I'm going to pop round and have a chill wag with him.
Yeah, nice one. Before we go, Cole, where can people find you?
LinkedIn, it's under my name, Carl Harris.
Yeah.
I'm also on Instagram and TikTok as Harris Brick Safety Systems.
Okay.
And obviously the website, which is harrisbricksafetysystems.com.
Yeah, simple enough, isn't it? Simple enough to remember. Top man, wicked. Yeah, I'll put all the relevant links in the description so that people can find you. Nice one.
Yeah.
Well, Carl, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Nice one.
Yeah.
Cheers
you, Jimmy.
Hope you didn't rush back from where is it you come from?
Middlesbrough, Teesside.
Okay. Teesside.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't lost that. I know you're stuck in traffic and all that, but
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
I'm glad you made it. Nice one.
I am as well, Jimmy. It's been good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Good man. Take it easy, mate. Yeah. Take care.
Cheers, Jimmy. Thanks,
Bye,
mate.
mate.